Yes. We're in the kitchen, as you can see here, and today we're going to try to make homemade hummus. And when I say homemade, there's no food processor going to be used here. It's just stone ground, literally stone ground, chickpeas. There's the stone, there's 2 stones. I've started to grind them. I've never done this before. And after doing it for a minute or 2 here, I am not too optimistic yet about the outcome, but it's a first try. Yeah, it's a bit of a laborious task here. And to tell you the truth, if I had a food processor, I would use it. But I don't. So I tried crushing them originally, the chickpeas, just with like a wooden spoon. Good luck with that. So I quickly learned that I had to go bigger, much bigger. And I found these very good stones, a nice round stone here with a nice flat back for the heel of my palm to go into, and roll it over this other larger flat stone. And it works, but it just takes time and effort. And like I said, if a food processor were available, yeah, that's where these little chickpeas would be grinding right now. Okay, so we're down to the last little bit of chickpeas that I'll add to the bowl of already ground chickpeas. But I just wanted to pause here for a second to show the before and the after picture. Now this is a much smaller batch than I originally planned on making, but that's because it's taken much more time and effort than I thought it would. Crushing those little chickpeas is no small feat. Okay, we'll be back with the next step. Okay, here we are. The next step is to add, I guess it's like the magic ingredient, the tahini. And I bought this jar of tahini. It's a sesame seed paste. Yeah, kind of looks like the consistency of like a peanut butter. One of those homemade peanut butters are, you know. Anyways, I bought this at the local grocery, and they knew exactly what I was talking about when I asked them if, what did I say? I said, Xeris? Do you know Xeris Tahiti? And yes, they brought me right to the place. So this is the tricky part. I don't know exactly how much to put in. The recipe called for a certain amount, but we're way off the recipe now. So, you know, as I think Betty Crocker herself said, a recipe for success is a recipe for failure. So, forget the recipe. Go by touch, go by feel. And that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to add some tahini and mix it in. I guess this is what gives it its consistency. It's hummus-like consistency, plus the lemon. Plus we're going to add some garlic back here. Dice up some garlic and put it in there. And who knows, we might throw in some other things too. This is off-road cooking. All right, back soon. Next we'll add a little olive oil. I put about half the jar of tahini in there, and it looks like it could use the whole jar. But before I do that, I'll add some olive oil, and I'll squeeze this lemon in there and see what that does to the taste and the consistency. Okay, the next step is we'll add some of this finely chopped garlic. We're going to go with 2 cloves here, going big with the garlic. And back to the hummus, as you can see, I added an ice cube. I read in one of the website recipes that an ice cube worked for somebody. I think it was an Egyptian grandmother who told this to her granddaughter. Add the ice cube, it makes all the difference. So I'm going to follow that advice. And plus, you know what I added? Yeah, a little white wine. And I think that's sort of helped get the consistency going too. We're not quite ready to, Mediterranean restaurant levels yet, but it's getting to look a little bit more like hummus. It's getting to look a little bit more like hummus. All right, signing off. Okay, well, this is the final product. Time to take a taste. Of course, I've been tasting as I've gone along, but just to do it on camera, put on a little bread here. It's hard to do it and hold the camera at the same time. But there it is, on the bread. Okay, now let's pick up this piece of bread with homemade hummus. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? It's not bad. Not a bad first try. Let's see what it tastes like. Maybe a little heavy on the tahini. But otherwise, not a bad first effort. So we'll improve on that as we go along. But edible, and I would even say just in the enjoyable range of taste. So signing off from Kypseli, Kalinikta, and Kalavradi. Good night and have a good evening.